Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Joffrey Noodle Legs here again today. Got a short little video today. Today I made a little trip out to one of my local towns, Halifax, because my local town has absolutely nothing worth going to. But Halifax has a Cex there, and I still had some sort of credit left on one of my vouchers I got from them. So I thought I'd go into town today and have a little rummage through to see if there was any sort of like movies worth picking up. And I was quite surprised and lucky I did manage to pick up a few films. I actually got about 6 movies there on my voucher, which I'm really pleased about. So I thought I would share that with you today. So this is my Cex from Halifax movie pickups. Okay, and they are of course mostly horror again. There's quite a few Arrow films which I was absolutely dead chuffed with, because really trying to build my Arrow collection up. It's only about two and a half shelves full of Arrow films, and I would like to get more because I do love their productions. I think they do some really good sort of like transfers of films, and they do some great extra features on there. One of my favourite extra features, which I wish they did more of, and I wish more films did, and that was in my copy of Pieces, one of my favourite slasher films, as you well know. There's a special feature in there where you they've got an audio audience recording of the film. So it was shown in a theatre somewhere in America, I believe, and in the background you've got the audience, so you can hear them sort of cheering at sort of kills or at funny tacky acting. You can hear them laughing and clapping and cheering, and I just think that just brings something new to the films. I wish films did that more often. I would love something like Halloween doing something like that, and people, when they hear their favourite line, that they all sort of cheer and stuff like that. Sorry if you hear a bit of outside noise today. It's quite a warm day, so I've got the window open. Anyway, I'll show you what I picked up today from Cex, and most of these are really good prices. First one is one from my Video Nasty collection, which I don't have. It's a bit of an Alien rip-off. I used to have this on VHS years ago, when it eventually did come out, and it was a Contamination. This was sort of really heavily sort of even you see the bottom there, like the eggs, sort of like influenced by Alien. Nowhere near as good, obviously. It's quite tacky, but it's quite cool. It's got some quite good kills in it. This edition is really cool. I bought this for £6, and it's got 2 discs. It's got the Blu-ray and DVD version of it, and it also comes with a booklet. Oh, it's also got a society lobby card, which is quite cool. But yeah, it comes actually a lot of times when you buy stuff from Cex, it doesn't have the booklets in there and stuff like that, but this one does, so it's quite cool. So it's actually got the booklet in there about the film, 25 years of Contamination. So it's like an essay, and it's got like shots and pictures from the film. So it's really cool to have stuff like that. So sometimes you're really lucky in Cex and you can pick up something that's got, wow, it's got everything in it still. It's got the booklet, it's got the slipcase, and it's like, you know, I don't really worry about slipcases. They're not important to me. The most important thing to me is the film, and that it works and it's not scratched. But it's an absolute bonus if it comes with the booklet. I like it when it comes with a booklet. Really cool. Yeah, so I picked that up today. That was £6. This one I picked up, I think it was about £10. This is a Blind Woman's Curse. Now this is a Yakuza Japanese film, Yakuza story about a woman who gets involved with a fight, and she gets her eye slashed in the fight, and a black cat, if I remember right, because I used to have this thing, used to be in one of my sort of because I collect quite a few sort of samurai and Yakuza films. It was in like a DVD box set I had, and it was I think it was called Black Cat's Revenge in that, I can't remember. But anyway, this black cat comes along and he sort of licks the wound of the eye, and they sort of come connected with the cat and the woman, and she goes out on a revenge. So it's like a Yakuza, she's looking for the Yakuza sort of a clan boss. I can't remember the name of the Yakuza. See if it names the family on here. Tachibana Yakuza Clan. That was the one, yeah. Because like a guy who had a huge tattoo, and if I remember right. Anyway, yeah. So it's like a revenge movie. It's quite a cool film. I do love my sort of films like this. I am planning on doing an Asian my Asian cinema top 10 soon, so look out for that if you're into Asian cinema. There will be a few horrors in there, but like I told you before, it's not my biggest sort of favourite market of horror films, because a lot of them are quite samey, but there are some cracking horror films. But I will be doing a top 10 on that sooner or later, I think later on this week. Another one I picked up today, which I'm really pleased with. I got it for £3, and it's a Western film, and it's the Hateful Eight, which is a Quentin Tarantino film, I believe. I'm not a massive Tarantino fan. I've got a couple of his films. He's done a couple of sort of semi sort of horror films like Planet Terror and Death Proof. I own those, and you know, I'm not a huge sort of fan of Tarantino, but I do love westerns, as you know. It's one of my favourite genres, and I've heard a lot about. I've not seen it yet. I've heard a lot about this film, saying it's excellent. A lot of I don't watch too many modern horror. I mean horror Western films, because I do find them quite disappointing, because a lot of them are just remakes. But a lot of them. But I have seen a couple that have been fantastic. The Revenant I really loved, and I really liked Bone Tomahawk, was really cool. And talking about remakes, yes, I like the remake of True Grit. I thought that was really cool. So I don't tend to get too many of the modern ones. I saw that Django, didn't like that at all. Thought that was terrible. But yeah, this I'm looking forward to, because it looks really, really cool, and it's got a couple of really, really excellent actors in it. Samuel L. Jackson, and one of my favourite actors, of course, Mr. Kurt Russell. He's in that one. So I'm glad to pick that up for £3. And it's, look guys, don't be jealous, it's got a slipcase. Fantastic. Now another one here. This is a Mario Bava film, which is an Italian director, made loads of sort of horror sort of films. Top of my head, probably one you probably know best would be Bay of Blood. He made that. He made a film called Black Sunday, which is sort of like a gothic witchcraft sort of horror film. Well, he made this one as well. I have seen it before, Baron Blood. I picked this up for, I think it was £6, something like that. I picked it up because it's not one of his better films, but I remember I quite enjoyed it, and I thought I'll pick it up because it was a good price and it'd be good in my Arrow collection. And lo and behold, when I opened it, lovely surprise once again. I've got another lobby card, and it's also got the booklet as well, which is fantastic. And it's got 1, 2, 3 discs. It's got the Blu-ray version, the DVD version, and the special features disc. £6, but I can't turn it down really. If I remember right, because I think I've seen this once before, and I thought, yeah, it was okay, and I've never really sort of gone back to it. If I remember right, it's a sort of gothic-y sort of film. It's sort of a little bit of witchcrafty sort of going on there, little sort of bit of torture-y sort of film, a bit like Pit of the Pendulum, that sort of storyline. I think if you look at it like that, it's down that sort of line. And this is a 1970s film. I think it's 1972 or 73 or something like that. So it is a 1970s film. But I'll be looking forward to watching that again. I might put it in one of my review videos and give that review. So I'll let you know about that. I picked up a 4K film. Don't normally buy 4K films, but this was £5, and I thought, okay. And it's Venom. Now, again, I don't have a massive superhero collection. My son does, he loves it, and I saw this when I went down to visit him in Stevenage. I saw it around his, we watched it together, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought that's so cool. Now there's a second one, I've not seen that, but I really enjoyed it, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'm gonna, when I saw it for £5 for 4K, I'll pick it up. Obviously you know Venom, he's one of the sort of villains on the it's got the 4K and the Blu-ray disc. He's one of the sort of arch enemies of Spider-Man, if I believe right. So this is his standalone film. don't believe Spider-Man wasn't in this. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a Venom and Spider-Man makes an appearance, but he's not in that one. Alright, 2 more pickups I got today, a couple more Arrow films. This is a typical 1980s slasher film, Death Screams. This came out in 1982. I remember owning this on VHS. It is a pretty much typical lakeside slasher film, you know. So it's again your Friday the 13th sort of clones sort of films. Yeah, it was okay. It was quite gory if I remember right. Not seen it since the 1980s. So yeah. Oh, there's the it's got a versatile cover. There's the original sleeve from it. There we go. So that's cool. I picked up, that was probably the most expensive of them all. I think that was about 15. And it's only 1 disc, but it's probably because it's maybe a more collectible item in the Arrow videos. And the last one I picked up was a 1990s horror called Evil Ed. If I remember right, again I've seen this before as well. It's sort of like a homage to 1980s sort of slasher films, and it's based on the guy that works in like I think a film development company who he's like a technician or engineer, and he sort of edits films and he edits videos, nasties and things like that. And I think he gets addicted to doing that, and he actually takes it out and does killings for real because he's watching them all day in the editing room. If I remember right, I think that's what it's about. So that was my pickups today, and with my voucher I spent £3, I think. Can't be bad, can it really? So I got like 6 new movies there, 7 new movies for like £3. So there we are, guys. So what do you think of those pickups? I was really pleased with them. I thought I did a good little rummage around. I was going to go over to the DVDs, but I started to feel a bit tired, to be honest. I get tired so quick these days since the things that have been going on. So I thought, no, maybe another day during the week I might make another trip down there if I feel up to it. It's a town or so away from me. I have to get a train in there, or bus, or a taxi, or whatever. I can go into Halifax. But yeah, so they were my pickups today. A couple of those I might do as review films. I'll probably do one of The Barren Blood, and I might do one of the Hateful Eight, and tell you what I think of that. Anyway, guys, till next time, look after yourselves, and I really hope I see you all soon.